Oh, okay. You may want to watch this, Darren. Might be the best way to go. Probably, you could probably, yeah, you could sit down and watch that. Well, okay. Yeah. Hey, do you have a Verizon dual phone? Well, I don't need it tonight. When you go to the sales, we're going to need to use your hotspot on the Verizon phone. You go to the sales and use the Verizon hotspot. I will. Okay. You ready, Darren? Live from Western Hills High School in Frankfort, Kentucky, it's Centurion football. Tonight, the Centurions at 4-4 finish out their district play against the Western Hills Wolverines at 3-5. Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Botello, privileged to bring you tonight's broadcast, and I'm once again joined by former athletic director Darren Long. And Darren, we're a little tight tonight on the facilities.
This may be a record for tightness of the games we've done in 6 or 7 years.
I think this is our smallest press box area that we have ever had. But we're going to do this game. We have small windows to look through. The camera does have an open spot to go through. But let's get back to the game. Centurions coming off a heartbreaking loss a couple weeks ago, 2 overtime losses to DeSales, but a couple weeks to get healthy, Darren.
Yeah, having that off week, I think it hit just, really well. I think for the first time in a long time, we'll, got all those nicks and bruises kind of healed up. They were able to go back this week and last week and kind of work on the little things that they were doing so well at the beginning of the season, and now to come back and get ready for this last district game tonight. And they need it, and they need to get back on the right side. And so, sitting, third right now in the district. We'll find out a little bit later tonight between DeSales and Mercer County who maybe will play in the playoffs. We might know that before we go off broadcast. But, yeah, this is a good game to set up for them, especially when you kind of look at the strengths and the kind of the challenges for each team. Coming in scoring, Cal's offense has been consistent. I mean, they've been averaging 33 points a game all season. And, I think they're going to be able to run the ball a lot tonight. You look at this Western Hills team who's given up 40 points a game, and they are giving up almost 300 yards rushing per game that they're giving the opponent. So I think our running backs I think are going to have a big night tonight with Zimmer and Babin.
Cal comes into this series leading Western Hills 3-1 over the years. They have not played this team since 2004. 4 consecutive games starting in 2001 to 2004. That last one, a 34-19 victory for this. But a couple big keys tonight. This game is for the 3rd and 4th seed in the district. Mercer DeSales, 1 and 2.
Right, yeah.
So we're going to figure out, as you said, going to figure out who's going to play who. We look at this team tonight and have had 2 quarterbacks, and they'll both play tonight. One a sophomore, one a junior.
Yeah, sophomore, number 7, Dylan Engler. He's thrown 33 for 59, just 450 yards passing. He's got 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he's a leading rusher on the year with 86 rushes, 322 yards. And then their second quarterback, Jason Rogers, a junior, is the 3rd leading rusher, coming in with 148 yards, number 4. And he's also the leading receiver, so I'm sure he's all over the field when they get going. And then at running back, we'll look at Caden Mormon, a freshman, number 3 running back, of course, trying to try to step in for Wandell Robinson, who graduated last year. And if you don't remember that name, he was all over the highlights last year on All News and is now playing at Nebraska, but trying to step in. And he's, coming in 252 yards rushing and the second leading receiver with 7 catches, 118 yards. And then on defense for this team, we're going to be looking for number 44, Jacob Fields, a sophomore. He's already got 85 tackles and 11 of those for loss.
You look at the Centurions, you're talking a good year so far for Anthony Sabatino, and you talk about the receivers. He has been spreading out the receptions.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's having such a good year. It's hard to key in on just 1 or 2 guys. The way he's spreading the ball around, he's still averaging 60% completion percentage, over 1,200 yards so far, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a nice little ratio there. And as you said, I mean, Luke Leeper, 32 catches, Gage Guerin, 23, Will Parr up to 11. And spreading them around, and then the two-headed monster at running back with Babin and Zimmer. Babin's averaging 6.5 yards per carry. Zimmer right behind him at 6.3. And I really believe tonight we're going to see a heavy, heavy dose of those 2 guys.
Well, as long as they run the field and cross the goal line, we'll love to see it. Love to see them running tonight. So 2 good games for the Centurions to end the year on. They have, and it is going to be loud. We have a loud PA announcer coming through tonight. You may be able to hear him as we're talking tonight. But we got Western Hills tonight, and then Bullitt Central is at home for senior night next week. It was senior night here for Western Hills before the game. Darren, one thing I know about Western Hills, this may be the first team we played this year with a smaller roster than we have.
Yeah, that's true. We have seen that tonight. You know, this is they've been a 3A school for a while, but as you said, the roster looks a little down, so we'll be interested to see. And, man, we were ready to get going. It feels like it's been 2 weeks, Mike. I've been missing this Friday night football.
Well, hopefully we'll have a lot more for you as we have 2 more regular season games and go into the playoffs, obviously. But tonight, Western Hills, coached by Don Miller in his 14th season, 61 and 87 over those years. And Centurions are 4-4. We're trying to get situated here. We don't even have enough room for Darren to be right up here in the booth. He's on the steps behind us, looking over the top of us. So we're still trying to get situated. And we do have a little wasp nest right next to us. So we're trying to make sure if you hear an owl during the game, it means we've probably been stung by a wasp. But no big deal. Our key cameraman is in charge of camera duty and wasp control tonight. So Centurions are going to kick off here to start this game. We will try to see who's back. It is number 3 and 25. That is Caden Mormon and Josh Howard are back for Western. They're setting up about the 8-yard line. Kick is in the air. It is a high, short one, and it's going to be taken. It's going to take on one bounce by Mormon. Tries to cut back. The freshman with a great move cuts back up the middle. And it's going to take about 3 Centurions to finally bring him down. But he gets across the 33, and that's where Western Hills will start their first series.
Yeah, I tell you, Nate Dobbs was there for the tackle again. It's had an incredible year this year on special teams, especially on kickoff and punts. And so a nice job there. But good starting field position here for this Western Hills team.
I'll tell you one thing I do like about this field. The scoreboard is straight across from us. We don't have to bend around and look at it at the end of the field at all. Let's see who is a quarterback. It is going to be Engler, I believe. Player goes in motion. Engler's going to keep it. Tries to go to the right side, run into a couple of Centurions before he's brought down after about a yard gain.
Yeah, met really well. Just kind of a quarterback keeper there. Get the receiver coming in motion across from him and use as a blocker, and then running back as well. Good job, the defensive front there to kind of hold up the offensive line, make the tackle.
Make it 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines in their green uniforms.
Another team that's not going to huddle, it looks like.
Trying to see who is in the backfield with him. Jacob Fields, the sophomore, is
nice
in the backfield. But getting the ball and running it for no gain is Jason Rogers.
Yeah, give credit to Brant Babin there. I mean, he just played that perfectly coming off that outside linebacker defensive end position. Held up his guy and just overpowered him to make that tackle.
In fact, that was a loss. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Wolverines. And the shotgun goes Engler. He has 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Takes it back, dropping, looking left, fires across the middle now. Going to be complete, and it's going to be enough for the first down. Completed that pass to Gilead Galloway, a freshman.
Yeah, nice throw there. Good setup. Had nice protection. That he could find a receiver, just waited for him to break and then come back. And good job finding the first down marker, too.
So they have people that do a lot of everything here. We're talking about Engler, who's the quarterback, is the leading rusher. Jason Rogers, who also quarterbacks, 3rd leading rusher, leading receiver. A lot of dual-style athletes here on this team. Engler in the shotgun again. Next to him, the big sophomore, Jacob Fields. This is a very young team. In motion goes Demetrius Britt. He has the ball, tries to get around the right end.
Nice job, good job.
He's going to be brought down in the backfield. I did not see who brought him down.
Will Parr did a great job over there, and Kevin King came in from the corner position. Big loss there. They read that play really well.
So it'll be 2nd and... Well, that was about a 5-yard loss. Make it 4-yard loss they have on the board. 2nd and 14.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a hard time getting on the outside of the Centurion defense tonight.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Rogers switches from the right to the left side of Engler. Engler back to pass, looking right quickly. Gets the pass out. It's going to be completed on the side, only for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, Kevin King played that really well. I mean, it's a hard pass to defend. It's just a little out there. Big receiver out there too. But Kevin King hit him right as he made the catch. Kept it to just a minimum gain.
Caden Mormon, just a freshman with that reception.
So we gave up a big 3rd down on the first series. Let's see if we can get them off the field here.
3rd and 11 for the Wolverines. Double receivers right and left. Engler,
got a blitz
drop.
coming.
Going to throw long, and there's got to be a pass interference on that one. I am telling you, it was pretty obvious. Going out there was Caden Mormon, and 2 Centurions just pushed him to the ground. And that flag came out immediately, so that's going to be a first down on the penalty.
Yeah, I couldn't tell, if got their feet tripped up a little bit anyway, but, I mean, he was going to have a hard time completing that pass. Coach Riley brought the blitz on that and did get into the quarterback Engler's face a little bit, but mutes the point. They capitalize on the penalty to make another big long 3rd down 2 times in a row now.
That's going to put him into Centurion territory to the 41-yard line of the Centurions. 1st and 10. Two receivers go to the right this time. 1 in the slot to the left. In motion, ball's on the ground through the legs. Is it going to be it? It's picked up by the Centurions. I believe that is Will Parr who has it. And he is going to be brought down finally. It was Will Parr. That is his 3rd fumble recovery of the year. And the Centurions take over deep in the Wolverine territory.
Yeah, very good break there. The ball just kind of came out of the center and kind of hit the ground, just kind of rolled through there and squirted past Engler. And then it was just a mad rush. Got to the ball first, and good job by Will Parr to pick that up. And as you said, great field position, almost down to the 32, 33-yard line.
It does look like the 32. So Centurions come out. Anthony Sabatino at the controls. Babin in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers to the right side. It's going to be a pitch to the left side to Babin. He's going to be disrupted and brought down by Jeffrey Parker.
Yeah, disrupted is a good way to put it. It was just a quick pitch to the weak side, and As you said, Parker just came in, just took Babin's legs out from underneath of him, going down low to keep that to a minimum gain.
No gain for Babin. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Centurions. So I'll tell you, it was pretty impressive how Parr just picked that ball up. I mean, he was on a dead run almost and just picked it up and kept going, waiting for him to jump on it. Man, he picked it up on the run, probably got another 20 yards on it. 2nd and 10 for the Centurions, 2 receivers right. 1 to the left. In motion goes Leaper. He gets the handoff, tries to get outside, has a little room before he's going to be pushed out of bounds. I believe it was number 5. It was number 5. That's Gage Hill with the tackle or the push out of bounds. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain for the Centurions.
Yeah, not much there. Try to get outside, as you said, and he kept trying. Luke kept trying to turn it up, but couldn't quite get there. We do have a fat flag down, though, Mike.
I believe it's going to be against the Centurions.
We got a hold here. I haven't seen the call.
Dead ball, personal foul against the Centurions.
Boy, that's going to irritate Coach Cantwell to no end, I am sure. And that is 2 big penalties against the Centurions already tonight.
Yeah, 250. Yeah, that's right. Off the defensive holding, and now here on the offense after a short pickup, it's really going to push it back.
I believe they got second down on the marker, but I thought they said dead ball foul.
I got a feeling it's going to be 3rd down.
And there goes the marker. So it is 3rd and very long. It's 3rd and, what, about 24 yards it looks like.
Mike, it's so long it's in 2 windows from back here.
We have very small window frames to look through here. Trips to the left for the Centurion. Sabatino in the shotgun. He has Babin to his left. Taking his time. Sabatino takes a snap. Hands off to Babin on the draw. He's got some room on the left side. He gets outside. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage a little bit farther. Make it about a 12-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 8. And I got to think the Centurions will go for it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the first thing I thought of when I saw he was getting to the markers, that I'm sure they'll go for it here on this 4th down. Surprise call there a little bit with the delayed draw to Babin, but man, he picked up some good yardage there. At least get this into a doable 4th down.
Gets to the 31 of Western Hills. It'll be 4th and 9 for the Centurions. Trips to the right this time. King, Guerin, and Leaper from outside in. Sabatino in the shotgun. He's going to roll right. He's looking. And Sabatino's going to keep it. He's going to get across the 25, but it's not going to be enough for the 1st down, and Western Hills will take over on downs.
Yeah, a little surprised he didn't at least attempt a throw there. He had some one-on-one coverage, and I guess he didn't like what he saw. Thought he could maybe turn it up, but it closed up pretty quick. The linebackers for Western Hills did a great job there.
So we have 7:17 to go in the 1st quarter. Western Hills gets their 2nd series going here as they'll start on their own 26-yard line. They started on the 33 last time. They were moving the ball thanks to a couple of penalties as much as anything before giving the ball over to the Centurions on a fumble. Going to be a handoff to Rogers, and man, he is a huge fullback, but meeting him head on, taking him down was Jake Taylor.
Yeah, he actually did have a big hole there as he came up through there and picked up pretty good yardage. Jake met him from the middle linebacker position.
That was Jacob Fields. He was a sophomore in that backfield for the Wolverines, and he got 3 yards on that. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Like, I think that's probably one of the only running plays that they've had positive yardage so far tonight.
I think you're right on that, Darren. Engler gets the call from the side. A lot of time running off that clock. Western Hills does not seem to be in any hurry whatsoever. Handoff to the man in motion. And he's going to go down, tackled by about 3 Centurions. Jason Rogers was the man in motion that took it as he came by Engler, and he loses 3 back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Brant Babin and Andrew Dupes did a great job of holding their ends and not letting that get turned to the outside, and played it really well, got rid of their blocks, and there another big yardage loss there and another big 3rd down here. Let's see if we can keep them from getting one here.
We've had them 3rd and long twice, and they've been able to get 1st downs both times. Western Hills in no hurry whatsoever. As Engler just looks over, waits, and in motion. Engler going to keep this time, and boy, bringing him down, just engulfing him was Henry Fetter, and throwing him to the ground. It'll be 4th and long.
Yeah, Engler tried to come back, took one step towards the strong side, come back to the weak side, and Fetter had nothing to do with that. He threw his block, and he was there to meet him as soon as he stepped to the left.
Ball all the way back to the 22. It'll be 4th and 14. And for the Centurions to receive the punt is Luke Leeper at his own at the Centurion 45. We'll try to get a number here on the punter. It looks like it's Jason Rogers, maybe number 4.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
He takes the snap. Good snap. Kick is off, close to being blocked, but it is a high, short one. It's going to hit at the 44 of Western Hills, rolls to the 49, then backs up to the 47. So Centurions will start for the second time in Western Hills territory with 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. No score.
I tell you, Luke Leeper had a couple of decisions. About 3 times he wanted to go get that ball. It's such a high ball and kind of backed off of it. And then as it hit, there was any Wolverines around. He thought about coming up, but chose wisely since we're going to get the ball on that side of the 50.
The ball's actually on the 48 of Western Hills. Centurions yet to throw a pass.
I like to see him just pound this up off tackle here.
Mackay Mays in the game. Leeper goes in motion. Handoff again to Zimmer, who's in the game. He goes off right tackle just like you recommended, Darren. Yep. And he's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards in that play.
Like that a lot. Nothing real fancy. Let's just do what we do well and run it up the middle there and see if we can slide one of those blocks off and pick up a middle linebacker. And Zimmer did a good job of getting up there, cutting back inside to the left. Took one hit, then leaned forward for another 2 yards.
You know, Darren, it's great to have 2 running backs that have gone over 2,000 yards in their career. The Robinson kid who played here last year went nearly 7,000 in his 4 years.
That's just hard to fathom.
It is. It is 2nd and 4 for the Centurions. Hand off to Zimmer again. Starts to go outside, cuts back inside, gets to the 40. So he's going to be just shy of the first down by a yard or 2. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, that's tough to read there. I think he should have probably cut to the outside. Looks like the corner gone with the receiver, but that's a tough call to make when you're down there on the field that quickly.
So that make it a 2 yards to go. Ball on the 40. Need to get to the 38 for the first down.
I'll take this 3rd down, though. This is a good place to be at 3rd and 2. Gives you a lot of options, especially with that offensive line firing off.
Mays splits left. Leeper and Guerin come to the right side. Sabatino under center. Quick snap off to Zimmer. He goes up the middle. I believe he got the first down. We got one official. Looks like he says it's a first down. The other one marking it as not a first down.
Wow, those 2 guys were completely – there's a yard difference between what those 2 side officials were looking at.
It's going to be 4th and 1. So the Western Hills running defense much better than advertised.
Yeah,
for
a team that's coming in giving almost over 270 yards a game, they've held up pretty well tonight. A lot of tackling going down low, taking out the running back's feet.
Mercer County leading DeSales early in the game, 7-0. But 4th and 1 for the Centurions here, and we got a flag on the play. False start on the Centurions. Not sure who moved, but that is the 3rd penalty of the evening against the Centurions. And so a 4th and 1 all of a sudden becomes a 4th and 6.
I tell you, that's got to frustrate the coaching staff here. You've been off for 2 weeks, been working on the little things, and I got 3 penalties here in the first part of the first quarter.
We have 2:41 to go in the first quarter, no score.
So definitely changes the play here. 4th and 1, now 4th and 6. See another rollout here, or maybe Sabatino just a straight 3-5-step drop.
Sabatino with yet to throw a pass this evening. Leeper splits left. Mays and Guerin come to the right side. It's Zimmer in the backfield with Sabatino, who's in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looking to throw.
Got a blitz.
Here comes the blitz, and Sabatino's going to go down at the 49. And once again, Western Hills will take over on downs.
Yeah, it's 2 big stops by that Wolverine defense. Of course, both of those set up previously by a penalty on 3rd down on the Centurions that backed them out of something short into something long.
The Centurions yet to have a first down this evening, so the offense of the Centurions have been stifled, and Western takes over with 2:10 to go in the first quarter on the Centurion 49-yard line. Engler waiting to get the call. This Western Hills team, they have played both Mercer County and DeSales, losing 44-6 to Mercer, 48-13 to DeSales. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. In motion, Rogers. Engler's going to throw. He's going long down the side. Intercepted by Gage Guerin. Stepped right in front of the intended receiver. He's coming the other way.
He's got this.
50. He's going to take it all the way. Gage Guerin, another interception return. We see
2 flags.
2 flags are down. That pass was intended for Caden Moorman, and he was wide open, it looked like, and then all of a sudden, Gage Guerin out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think there was just too much air on that ball, and Gage Guerin read it really well.
And officials having a big talk with a couple of Centurions. I'm not sure if he's giving them a talking to or saying, what do you want to do here?
Well, 2 different officials saw whatever they saw. They both saw it through the flags in the same place.
Personal foul.
That's that defensive, hitting a defenseless player. I don't know if that's been a point of emphasis this week. That's 3 games in a row we've seen that call, Mike.
So take the interception away this time. Give a first down to Western Hills and move the ball up to, that's going to move it up far.
How far is he going?
He's going all the way to the 28-yard line.
After the penalty, spotting the ball, 28-yard line.
But we're on offense, so there is an interception. Okay. Centurion's ball. The play came after the interception, and the Centurions will start on their own 28-yard line. So not as bad as we thought it was. Play action. Sabatino, he's going long. He's got a leaper. He's behind everybody. Overthrew him by about a yard.
Man, Luke had about a 6-7 yard, got behind the 2 defensive players, a corner and the safety, and just couldn't connect. Sabatino tried to loft it up there, but just a little too much. So missed opportunity there.
So he was close, had him the first time that Sabatino really had any protection back there.
Well, I like the play action. I think that really froze the Wolverines linebackers and gave Sabatino plenty of time. The pocket set up well for him.
Make it 2nd and 10. I believe Babin is back in the backfield this time. Dupes goes from one end to the other. Hand off to Babin, tries to get outside, cuts back up. He breaks a couple of tackles, and I believe he's got the first down. He does, the first down of the evening for the Centurions as he gets up to the 40-yard line.
We got another flag.
But we have another flag. I noticed the yard markers weren't going. A block below the waist. Now another penalty against the Centurions.
Yeah, got called on the chop block. Is that 5 penalties, you think, Mike?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 5 penalties. And only one has been for 5 yards. All the others have been big ones. That's a
penalty to the 18-yard line.
That moves it back to the 18. That's going to make it 2nd and 20 for the Centurions now. So Centurions definitely not sharp coming out after a week off. 5 penalties already, have not been able to move the ball. One receiver left, one to the right. Babin in the backfield. Sabatino goes under center. Dupes goes in motion. Play action. Quick pass out to Babin, but incomplete. Thrown short to him. It'll be 3rd and 20.
Yeah, Sabatino just kind of do that little fake handoff and then come around, and they could decide he had a guy coming down pretty quick and just kind of short-armed it out to the receiver.
So make it 3rd and 20 for the Centurions. Kevin King comes in for Dupes to give another wide receiver to the Centurions. So Centurions need a first down here. If they don't get a first down here and go to fourth down, I do not see them going for it. King out left, Guerin and Leeper to the right.
One-on-one out top there.
Babin just to the left to Sabatino. Back to pass. Going to do a little screen pass to Babin. He's got some room, maneuvers around, but from behind, catching up with him is number 21, Gilead Galloway, and that's going to make it a punting situation for the Centurions.
Yeah, at least got a little bit back. Nice little play there inside screen. Pretty safe to run. I tell you what, this Wolverine defense has played really well this first quarter.
Ball's going to be at the 30. Back for the Wolverines, I believe, is Rogers. Sabatino is the punter. Rogers sets up about the 37. Punt is away. It is a nice high one. Taken at the 35. Missed tackle. Coming back the other way is Rogers, but a great tackle there. That was Will Minrith. And boy, it is good to see him back. He had some great moments earlier in the year, then was hurt, and the Centurions really can use him, and he came through right there. So we have 21 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We're 0-0. Western will take over. This is their fourth possession already of the first quarter, and they'll take over on their own 39-yard line.
So the Cal defense have played pretty well tonight, other than the penalty on that second series. Well, I guess the first two series games those long third downs, but played it well last time. They've really held the running to almost nothing for the Wolverines.
So Engler still at quarterback. Jacob Fields next to him. In motion goes Mormon, but he's going to hand it off to Fields, and he's going to bury his head, and he's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And there's no gain. That's going to probably run out the first quarter would be my guess. And we come to the end of the first quarter with no score. It is 0-0.
Well, Christian Academy continues to thank our athletic trainer from Court, the best in rehab, for being the official sports medicine and rehabilitation provider for the Centurions. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Shaper with Ellison Bodenhauser for volunteering his time this season as well. Court has several convenient locations throughout Louisville, Lexington, and southern Indiana, and offers the best in physical and occupational therapy as well as sports medicine coverage to local high schools, colleges, and community organizations. Visit Court on the web at www.court.com. Court, the best in rehab. Are you planning a family gathering, tailgate, or social gathering with friends this fall? Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe can cater your next event, providing fresh and delicious options. All recipes at Taziki's are made daily and inspired by Mediterranean cuisine. Their catering menu features their famous signature pasta, grilled roll-ups, hummus appetizers, healthy side salads, and desserts. They can also create Taziki feasts for families on the go. Visit Taziki's restaurants in Middletown and their location in St. Matthews. To learn more about Taziki's, visit tazikiscafe.com.
A Taziki feast sounds pretty good about right now, Darren.
It does sound pretty good.
You know, like a feast is always a good thing. That's a great word. And we need the Centurions to start feasting on the Wolverines here. They've already forced two turnovers, a fumble recovery and interception, but have not been able to take advantage of them. We're starting the second quarter 0-0, second and 10 for the Wolverines from their own 39. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. But
markers were just in the wrong direction. They had to flip them around, Mike.
So Engler stays in that shotgun. Fields, I'm sorry. Jacob Fields next to him. Rogers goes in motion. Fakes a handoff to him. He's going to throw long. It's going to be intercepted, I believe, Gage Guerin.
That's two tonight for Gage.
With an amazing interception. He dove for it. He was all out for that one and comes away with the second interception of the night.
Man, Mike, he played that so well. And, the first time he got the interception because they put so much air under the ball. This time he tried to take that loft off, and, man, Gage read it perfectly. That was just an athletic play and an athletic read.
So Centurions will take over just into the second quarter. Is that a flag? No, it's the football. I thought there was another flag down there. Centurions on their own 40 take over. Let's see if the offense can get on track now. Centurions have forced 3 turnovers on defense. Sabatino hands off to Babin. He is hitting in the backfield, and he's going to go nowhere.
Yeah, so if I get that number, he came flying there. I think it was number 25, Josh Howard, man. He came in there untouched.
I don't know if Western has totally changed their defensive scheme or the Centurions just are missing blocks, but, man, they are getting nothing in their running attack. Make it 2nd and 10 for the Centurions. That's one of the better interceptions I've seen this year, that one by Guerin right there.
Well played, well played.
Guerin splits left, Leaper to the left. I think you got to throw the ball to Guerin just to congratulate him for his interceptions here. Leaper goes in motion. Hand off to Leaper.
Got a lead blocker.
On the right side. He's going to pick up about 2 or 3 before he's upended on the far side.
Yeah,
get about a 4-yard gain.
He had one blocker out in front of him. I couldn't tell who that was, and just kind of got too far out. And I believe the middle linebacker for the Wolverines was able to make up the ground and make that tackle on Leaper to keep it just a couple-yard gain.
It's going to be 3rd and 6, make it a 4-yard gain as the ball sits at the 44. Centurion's just not able to get untracked on the offensive side yet. Came close a couple of times. King and Guerin split left, Leaper to the right. Sabatino takes a snap quickly. Out to Leaper, has a first down across the 50, across the 45, down to the 44. Centurions have their first down of the evening, I believe.
Really like that. That's a nice, easy throw that Sabatino and Luke have had all year. He just goes down, finds the marker, and as he's turning, Sabatino's already releasing the ball. I mean, he didn't even look anywhere else. He knew that's where he was going. And with that timing route, it's just tough on the defense.
1st and 10, 45 of Western Hills. Centurions in their territory. This is the 4th possession of the night for the Centurions. They have turned it over on downs twice, punted once. Maybe that play will kind of spark them and get them going here. Sabatino in that shotgun again. Babin to his right in the backfield. Sabatino going to pass again, a quick pass, and almost intercepted off the hands of Kevin King, I believe, who was going to, and knocked off a couple of people's hands. And it falls harmlessly away for an incomplete pass.
I think that ball was just a little behind Kevin. He tried to get his hands up, and when he did, it popped the ball straight up in the air, and Wolverine from the safety position had a shot at it. Luckily, it landed on the ground for the Centurions.
So make it 2nd and 10 for the Centurions.
I think some of these short passes might be open here just to kind of get this rhythm going here and pick up a couple yards each time.
Trips to the left.
I like Guerin in the slot here.
It's going to be a handoff to Babin. Maneuvers his way through. He's across the 40. Down to the...
He's still up,
He's
Mike.
Still up and still going.
Getting
Here comes the rugby scrum to push him ahead.
There's the first down.
And he's going to finally go down, but not before he gets the first down. Well, once again, Darren, we have 2 officials with pretty different ideas of where it is, but it's a first down no matter. What a run by Babin.
Yeah, that's a nice time. He made the first guy miss, and then it was just power football at that point. He get down nice and low there on that play. Just kept shoving. They said the whistle blew before he picked up those extra 4 or 5 yards.
Ball on the 34-yard line. That would be a TV cable coming down from the roof that you see in your picture on the left side.
All right, it's 2 first downs in a row. We got a drive going here now.
1st and 10, ball on the 34. Western Hills 9:45 and running here in the second quarter. We are 0-0. Sabatino, play action, looking to pass. He's got Mays wide open, touchdown.
Nice play.
34-yard touchdown strike to Mays from Anthony Sabatino. And, we highlighted Guerin, Parr, and Leaper before the game as receivers. And what's he do but throws a touchdown pass to Mays?
Well, it was a really good read by Sabatino. So, you have Mays running just a post. And his guy, Sabatino, kind of looked down the middle. He crossed across the middle there and, kind of looked at the receiver, and it pulled the defensive guy off and left him wide open. Mays did a great job.
Cornett in for the extra point. It is up and good. And Centurions with 9:33 to go in the second quarter go ahead 7-0.
All right, that drive looked much better. Mike picked up a couple of first downs there. Did one with a pass, one with a big, strong run, and then made the nice, easy play for the touchdown. Nice job there by the Centurion offense.
That's Mikhail May's first receiving touchdown of the year. He has one on a fumble recovery earlier in the year, but he has his first touchdown reception as a Centurion, as this is his first year playing for the Centurions.
Oh, that'll feel good, that's for sure. He was so wide open. I know he had to almost think a little bit before that ball came in, but then did a nice job keeping his eyes on it, brought it into his chest, and then stepped into the end zone. Nice play there. Good read by Sabatino.
An update from Mercer County. DeSales scored a few minutes ago. They're down 7-6 after missing the Whoop! We have breaking news. Mercer County goes up 14-6 against DeSales. That DeSales defense not stopping Mercer County.
Well, Mercer County had a really good running team. I thought they might give them a fit, and none of us have been down there to see Mercer County. I don't know what kind of atmosphere is down there, but I bet they're pretty hyped, thinking they can win their district championship for this new district this year.
Just kind of talk to you about that situation, and the playoffs start within your own district this year. So the number 1 seed will be playing the number 4 seed at the number 1 site. Number 2 will play number 3 at the number 2 site. So Centurions will be traveling either to Mercer County or DeSales, no matter what seed they are at number 3 or 4. Hopefully they'll be number 3 and win this game, but we are ready for a kickoff right here. Cornett puts his foot into it. It's going to take a weird bounce, but picking up is Mormon. Mormon King tries to keep him inside. Kevin King, a great job pushing him back the other way, giving his fellow Centurions a chance to come up and get him. And all the way back to about the 7-yard line. Great job by Kevin King staying in his lane.
Well, not only that, he broke down so that he's not going to go for the fake either way, and that's what the guy thought. And Kevin broke it down perfectly the way you're supposed to, read the guy's hips, and then just went in and made the tackle.
Ball's going to be marked at the 10 of Western. That is their worst field position to start any of their drives this evening. This Centurion defense has forced 3 turnovers already. Let's try for 4.
Good luck, Mike. I hope you can see them down there.
I got a little vantage point I can get through right here. It is Engler, and they got Fields right next to him. Engler's going to pass. Now, nope, he's going to run. Gets hit in the backfield finally, bringing him down to Will Parr.
Yeah, Mozzie had a shot at him, just couldn't quite get low enough to get him, but right there, Parr was ready to go, and that was Jake Taylor, I think it was Braden Babin was in for a tackle as well. Good job.
No gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. One receiver goes left. He got 2 receivers left now, 2 to the right. Fields to the left of Engler this time. A quick pass thrown, complete. I'm not sure how he got it.
Well, I thought Will Parr was going to knock that down.
I did, but he gets it completed to Jason Rogers. He gets out to 19. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Be nice if they can keep them from getting this. Look for a draw player. They love this quarterback draw. Put it in Engle's hands and let him kind of find a hole.
I thought Engler was he didn't even sidearm that around Parr. He threw it overhand and somehow threw it under his arm and it still went 10 yards. But it's 3rd and 1 right now. Engler back to pass, looking. Here comes the pass. Intercepted.
Did he get it? Yes, he did.
Intercepted. Braden Babin with the interception. He read it perfectly, and the Centurions force their 4th turnover of the evening. And they'll take over in great field position. Let's see where it is marked. It is going to be marked at the
22-yard line.
The 22-yard line is where they'll take over.
Man, I tell you what, you're on the offense. You are high-fiving that defense coming off tonight. That, as you said, that's 3 interceptions and a fumble recovery. Man, they are doing a great job tonight.
Now we have 8:08 to go here in the second quarter.
That was an athletic play, too.
It really was. Well, Braden Babin showing that Guerin's not the only athlete on this team. They'll take over at the Western 22. Sabatino in that shotgun. Zimmer goes in motion. He's going to get the pass out in the flat. Tries to avoid one tackle, but a good play out there by Gilead Galloway, just a freshman, to stop and throw Zimmer for a loss on that pass.
Yeah, if you're going to throw that, you got to at least get a couple receivers out there to hold their blocks, and they read that really well and closed on it fast. Keep it to, probably a yard loss. Yeah.
It's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Centurions. Leaper splits to the right. King and Guerin split to the left side. Zimmer, the running back of choice for Coach Cantwell right now. Sabatino rolling left, looking. Got a man open. Guerin with a diving catch at the 1 yard line. They're going to give him the touchdown. Nope, they're going to say he's down at the 1. He hit the ground and then hit the pylon, but hit the ground, was down first, but another great athletic catch by Guerin.
I'm going to have to believe you on that one, Mike.
Believe me. It got all the way down to the 1 yard line. Another, just like he dove for that interception, this was a diving catch as well. He goes down to the 1. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1 yard line for the Centurions.
I snuck a peek there on our broadcast next door, the TV broadcast, and they had a nice camera right on them. As you said, a great play.
Double backfield for the Centurions. Hand off to Zimmer. He goes right ahead, and he's over. He's got the touchdown. Zimmer with the 1 yard run. Centurions, their second touchdown of the game.
There we go. Tell you what, turnovers can kill you, and this time really used it to our advantage, and I guess that's both scores have come off after a turnover.
Yes, off 2 interceptions.
Cornet is set to kick next point attempt.
Cornett in for the extra point. Ball's down, kick is up, and kick is blocked. So kick is blocked. And Centurions do get a touchdown, but the extra point is no good, so they go up 13-0 with 6:53 to go here in the first half.
Offense starting to look a little bit better here. These last 2 drives kind of put together. Of course, given the short field on that one by the interception by Braden Babin, and so did a great job there.
There was a 1:12 drive, 3 plays that covered 22 yards. And Centurions go up 13-0 with 6:53 to go here in the first half. So Darren, I don't think we have any records for most turnovers the defense gets in a game, but man, five would be how many we have? We have 3 interceptions and a fumble. 4.
Yeah, so we've got 4 at this point.
4 in the first half.
7 minutes, still 7 minutes to go till halftime.
So Gage Guerin has 2 interceptions. Kevin King had 2 in a game earlier in the year. Cornett gets ready to kick off for his 3rd time this evening after 2 touchdowns in the opening kickoff. It's going to be Mormon and I'm not sure who the other gentleman is back there, but it's going to go to the side of Mormon. He's going to take it at the 12. Tries to go up the sideline. Now he tries to cut out to the left. He's slowed down and finally brought down back there by Gregory Gitcher.
Yeah, good coverage once again by the Centurions. Keep that limited.
So let's see where they mark it. I believe it's going to be the 22. And that is the 22. That's where Western will take over with 6:44 to go here in the second quarter.
They're ready to give the Centurions credit tonight, Mike, as they pretty much shut down the run completely for the Wolverines, which led them into more of a passing after a couple of early completions. Now they've turned it over 3 times on interceptions.
Well, let's see if they try to stay with the run a little bit more. A little confusion, it looks like, in the backfield. We have a new running back there. It is going to be a guy we do not have a number for, number 20. Is that 21?
21, yes, sir.
21. That is Gilead Galloway in the backfield. In motion is Mormon Engler.
Oh, he's going down.
He looked like he was going to try to pass, then try to run.
That Henry Fetter back there. Good job.
Henry Fetter coming in, going through a couple of defenders to get the tackle for loss, and it'll be 2nd and long. Make it about a 5 or 6 yard loss.
Fetter got the tackle, but Minrath was back there. Got good pressure on Engel. Yeah, it was almost like a run option play. I couldn't tell what he was trying to do there.
He had 2 other people back there he hands off to a lot, but then they looked like they were going to take it, then it looked like they were going to block. I'm not sure if anybody knew what they were doing on that one. It is 2nd and 14, though. Engler directing traffic. Galloway to his left. Engler back to pass. He's getting pushed out. There's a big hold, but I don't think they called anything. And Engler's going to run up to the 37, a big spin jump. And, man, that hold everybody up here at the same time said there's a hold, and it was not called.
Tell you, our defensive guy, I mean, you just can't, unless you're breakdancing, you can't just bend backwards like that. I mean, that was a pretty obvious hold, but the referee was standing right there.
Make it 1st and 10 on the 37. "19-yard run for Engler. Once he got outside the right side, a lot of room to go there. 5:28 to go, first half. Clock is running. Fields back in the game in the backfield. Galloway goes up to the receiver slot on the right side. Engler's going to keep it again. He's going to get maybe a yard if he gets that.
Finally got a flag on that one. Pretty sure this will be a holding. It was thrown right in the mass of people there.
It is going to be old. So the first penalty of the night against Western after Centurions had numerous penalties. So Western finally gets one. It was a hold, and it goes back to the 26-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 20, I believe. So it looked like the Centurion line starting to wear this Western team down a little bit on offense.
That front four made some adjustments on the personnel, and they are getting back there right now.
Engler going to roll to his left this time, looking to throw, still looking. Now he's going to try to run, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield.
That Parr? I saw one.
I believe it was Will Parr. Minrath is back there. Dupes is back there. Will Parr is back there.
Yeah, good job. Good pursuit there. They actually did a stun on the line. I think that was Dupes that actually brought him down, so good job there.
Dupes getting a lot of congratulatory helmet slaps from his teammates.
Wow, that's going to be a long.
They have 2nd and 20 on the board, but I think it may be a little longer than that.
I can't even find the marker.
The marker's back at the 15.
Got to get to the 48, 47.
A little over 30.
34.
2nd and 34. Engler with a drop. He's going to throw it long. Out there, incomplete. Going out long for Britt, I believe. Covered out there by Nate Dobbs. Demetrius Britt, the sophomore, is who he was going for.
Yeah, Nate was with him step for step and actually had the inside, and that's where the pass ended up going to the outside and short.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 34. The Western Band performed before game. Senior night here, and the Western Band impressed with the Western Hills Band. They did a great job before the game.
See if Coach Riley drops back into coverage here, or if he sends a blitz with one of the linebackers.
3rd and 32. It was 2nd and 34, an incomplete pass. They picked up 2 yards somehow on that play. In motion goes Britt from left to right. Engler back to pass. Here comes pressure. Parr almost had him. Engler breaks free, misses another tackle, and finally bringing him down hard is going to be Nate Dobbs. He gets up to about the 24, so it's about a 9-yard game, but it's going to be 4th and long, and I imagine the punting unit will be coming in.
Yeah, Engler's got this little move where he just kind of stops and hops backwards just about a half step, just enough to get out of the range of tackles. Of course, he can't pick up any speed, and Centurions did a good job recovering there, and then a nice tackle, as you said, by Nate Dobbs.
He is back to the 22. And the punt is Dylan McGahee, back for the Centurions. I believe is Leaper.
Flag on the play.
We had a flag on the play with too many guys on the field for Western Hills. Demetrius Britt was running off, but it's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
It's the second penalty of the evening on the Wolverines. That takes it back to the 20 or to the 16-yard line. 4th and 31.
Might be able to get a nice return here. Let's see if they go into return coverage.
Leaper sets up at the 47-yard line of Western Hills.
Nope, they're coming after it.
Here comes, it was a bounce. He finally gets it off, but boy, that is shanked bad. And it's going to hit at the 20, take a Centurion bounce, hit at the 21, rolls back to the 20. Centurions will take over at the 20-yard line. Couple Centurions in there quickly, but the ball bounced to the punter, and that's not a good thing.
No, ends up only being a 4-yard punt there. It's all said and done. But, yeah, they brought the pressure, and I think the punter kind of took his eye off of it, and as you said, he dropped it and at least was able to get it off. But there again, only a 4-yard punt. So great field position 2 times in a row here. First time off the interception, this time off the shank punt.
Centurions have the ball at the Wolverine 20. 3:28 to go in the first half. Mike Botello, Darren Long bringing you tonight's action. 2 receivers to the left. Babin in the backfield. Sabatino under center. Leaper goes in motion. Sabatino's going to keep on the run. He tries to get outside, cuts back in, misses 1 tackle. He's going to get enough for the first down. He's down across the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, kind of, I assume that was a fake handoff, but we went ahead and got behind his receiver and running back, and they led him pretty well around the corner. Was able to get the corner, he said, slipped past the first tackle, and picked up the yardage, pick up the first down.
He marked the ball exactly at the 10, so it'll be first and goal from the, now he picks it up. As he walks backward, he isn't walking straight. He kind of angled to the 9, so I think it's first and goal from the 9 now. Sabatino gets the play and runs it back in. Babin in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left side. 2 tight ends on the right, and that's where Babin runs. Tries to get outside. Going to pick up a yard, lets a Wolverine go by him and gets about another yard. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain.
Actually, first play of the game was that same play where they kind of pitch it to the weak side. And a little bit better this time. I don't think he got any yards the first time. This time, at least he, as you said, picked up 2 or 3 yards.
Bryce Reichmuth, the freshman, pulling guard on that play. Laying a block on one of the Wolverines to give Babin a little bit of space to run. Make it a 2-yard gain. It'll be second and goal from the 7 for the Centurions.
Back out, misses the tackle, turns it back inside.
Babin in the backfield.
3 times. He's in on this play.
2 receivers to the right. In motion goes Leaper. Play action. Sabatino across the middle. Incomplete pass. Going into the back of the end zone. He's going for going for Dupes.
I think that's Dupes, yeah.
It was going for Dupes, just a little bit out of his reach. And that'll bring up a 3rd and goal for the Centurions from the 7-yard line.
Yeah, just about a half a step too far on that for him to get both his hands on it. Good read, though. Good play. Good play call. I'd like to get this touchdown in here with 1:29 to go.
That would be nice. So we now have an update from Mercer County. DeSales has scored again. They went for a 2-point conversion. It was no good. Mercer County leads 14-12 as they approach halftime in that game. Sabatino back to pass, looking, throws it out in the flat. With it is Babin. He breaks 1 tackle. Did he get across?
Nope, saying he's short.
He is just short, so it's going to be 4th and about a yard, it looks like.
I think Coach will go for it here.
So Babin leaped over 1 Wolverine defender. And the ball is
right
on the 1-yard line. So it is 4th and goal from the 1.
Yeah, I like the quarterback sneak here. I think Sab actually had that against the DeSales game. Just kind of go up, pick a spot, get under center.
Babin in the backfield, 1 receiver right, 2 to the left. Sabatino under center. In motion goes Guerin. Sabatino keeps and he's in. Anthony Sabatino with a quarterback keeper goes in for the touchdown. Centurions score with 41 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, great call. Great call there. Great job. I liked how patient Sabatino was on that play. You know you're going to run the ball. Gets his guys in motion, make sure everybody's set, and then silent count, and off he goes.
Centurion set for the extra point at 10.
Cornett in, got his last kick block, was successful on the first one. 24-27 on the year coming into the game. Masters is the holder. Ball's down, kick is up, kick is good. And Centurions with 41 seconds to go up 20-0 over Western Hills.
Damn, Mike, after that kind of shaky first quarter, that could be because of the off week, trying to get things back together. Much better job in the second half. Special teams, defense, and offense all playing off of each other to get this 20-0 lead here right before halftime.
3 possessions, 3 touchdowns in the second quarter for the Centurions. A 1:47 drive that covered 20 yards in 5 plays, ending with a 1-yard run by Sabatino. Centurions up 20-0. That's Sabatino's, let's see how many rushing touchdowns he has this year. That is Anthony's 6th rushing touchdown. He is tied with Zimmer, who has one this game. They are both tied with 6 rushing touchdowns on the season now. Will Parr did take over the team lead in fumble recoveries with that one. He and Mays both had 2 coming into the game. Parr now has 3 on the season as Cornett prepares to kick off. Looks like we're having some groundwork. Or rather some water for the official. I'm not sure what's going on out there. I think they were spraying water on the field. That's exactly what they're doing. I don't think it's Gatorade. I think it's water they're putting down there.
Could have had some blood maybe out there on the field. That's the only thing I can kind of figure it is.
Oh, I bet you're right. I bet you're exactly right. So Centurions prepare to kick off here. Defense has been solid with shutout football and 4 turnovers forced tonight. Kick is in the air. They go to Moorman again. He takes it on the run. He fumbles it.
Out of bounds.
And goes out of bounds.
Yeah, he fumbled out of bounds, yeah.
So it'll be on the 17-yard line, I believe. 17 or 18 is where Western will start.
You got to be interested to see if Wolverines are a little shaken here on throwing the ball around after 3 interceptions here in the first half. You know, with 38 seconds to go, that's the idea, is to kind of throw the ball, see if you can get down the field a little bit. But got to be a little wary. Need to have these balls thrown to the sidelines.
It'll be interesting if they throw it at all or just run the clock out to end this half. Centurions do have 3 timeouts, I believe. They still have all 3 timeouts. Punting game has not been super successful for Western at all, so we'll see what happens here and see if Coach Cantwell uses his timeouts. Engler takes the snap. He's going to roll right. Looking, here comes pressure.
Oh, he got him.
Thrown to the ground. Will Parr.
I'd call timeout here.
Almost beat him to the spot and throws Engler for a 9-yard loss.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't call timeout there either, Mike. I mean, you get a big loss like that, bring up second down. Why you don't use your timeouts?
It looks like they're going to let the clock run out. And Western Hills acting like they're going to the line, but they're not calling any plays, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first half. Centurions take a game that was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, push it with 3 touchdowns in the second quarter to go up 20-0. We'll be back in about 12 minutes. Recap first half play, go and bring you second half action from Western Hills. Centurions lead 20-0. Take a break, everybody. Welcome back to Centurion football, where at halftime the Centurions lead Western Hills 20-0, and it was a totally different 2 quarters for the Centurions, at least from the offensive side. The Centurions did kick off to open the game, and Western Hills took it on their own 33, and thanks to a penalty by the Centurions, got all the way to the Centurion 40-yard line before they fumbled. Will Parr recovered his 3rd fumble of the season and gave the Centurions great field position at the 32 of Western Hills. Centurions, though, couldn't do anything with it, turned it over on downs, and Western Hills then were 3 and out and had to punt the ball. Centurions, great field position again at the 48 of Western this time, but actually went backwards and ended up giving the ball over on downs again to Western Hills, and Western started on the 49 of the Centurions. But then on the very first play, Gage Guerin got 1 of 2 interceptions he had and the 2nd of 4 turnovers the Centurions forced in the first half. In fact, Guerin ran the ball back for a touchdown, but after the interception, there was a blocking a defensive player call on the Centurions, and that brought the ball back. Centurions started then on their own 28. Once again, they were forced to punt the ball, and Centurions had no first downs in the first quarter, which makes the second quarter even more amazing. Western Hills took over after the punt on their own 39, but on the second play this time, Gage Guerin got a great interception as he dove for it, and the Centurions took over again, and this time at the Centurion 40-yard line. But this time the offense started to click, and 2 minutes and 22 seconds later, the Centurions covered 60 yards, ending on a 34-yard pass play from Anthony Sabatino to Makai Mays. Mays' first touchdown reception of the year. Centurions were up 7-0. Centurions then once again got a turnover the next time, this time Braden Babin with the interception. And Centurions 3 plays later, covering 22 yards, Harrison Zimmer with his 6th rushing touchdown of the year goes in from 1 yard out. The kick was blocked, but the Centurions went up 13-0. And then Western this time did not turn the ball over. The Centurion defense, after allowing 1 first down, did force a punt. And with a rush on the punt and a bad hike, it was a shank punt that only went 4 yards. Centurions took over on the Western 20, and 5 plays later, Anthony Sabatino held the ball for a 1-yard quarterback sneak, his 6th rushing touchdown of the year, and Centurions led 20-0 at the end of the first half. So, Darren, do you have first half stats?
We do.
Bring them to us.
Go through some of this team comparison right now. First downs for Western tonight, just 3 in that first half, had 7 for the Centurions. Third down efficiency, 1 for 4 for Western Hills, 1 for 3 for Cal. Then when you look at total yards tonight, that's a big difference. Those 7 first downs were on 132 yards for Cal, only 2 yards of offense for Western Hills in that first half. Passing tonight, 26 yards for the Wolverines, 82 for the Centurions, and rushing -24. Several big plays there by Centurion defense, 50 yards rushing for Centurions. When we look at in punts tonight, 2 for the Wolverines for 31 yards, or an average of 15, and then 1 for a 36-yard average for the Centurions. Offensively tonight for Western Hills, Engler was 3 for 7 for 26 yards with a long of 13. And then when you look at the rushing statistics, you really see that. 4 runners, all with negative yardage, and then Fields, number 44, had 3 attempts for 4 yards. Receiving tonight for the Wolverines, 1 for Mormon, 1 for Rogers, 1 for Galloway. On the offensive side for the Centurions, Anthony Sabatino was 6 for 10 in that first half for 82 yards, along with 34 and 1 touchdown. Rushing tonight, Sabatino had 4 attempts for 10 yards. Harrison Zimmer, 4 for 10. Brant Babin, 5 for 27. And Luke Leeper, 1 for 3. Receiving tonight, McKay Mays, 1 for 34 yards and that 1 touchdown. Gage Guerin, 1 for 22. You have Brant Babin, 2 for 16, and Luke Leeper, 1 for 11 on the defensive side, leading the way tonight with 4 tackles in that first half as Will Parr and Henry Fetter, Braden Babin and Jake Taylor with 3 each, Kevin King, Nate Dobbs with 2 each, and as Mike mentioned, Gage Guerin with 2 interceptions and Braden Babin with 1.
You know, Darren, I'm looking at the stats for the year. Centurions with 6 interceptions on the year, so they have 3 tonight, half of their total season.
Made up this evening, in the first half.
Made up this evening in that first half. Western Hills had only thrown 4 interceptions all year.
Yeah, wow, yeah, that's amazing. And I tell you, all 3 of them were really athletic plays too. You know, the 2 by Gage. The first one was probably his easiest one. The ball was just lofted too high, and he's able just to kind of step in and wait for the ball to come down. But the second diving one on that one, he outdove the receiver for it, and then Braden's as well. He kind of dove down to the ground and scooped it up before it hit the ground. So, yeah, 3 really athletic plays there to get those interceptions.
Yeah, Braden and Guerin, they laid out for theirs.
Yeah,
So
yeah, great job.
Then Gage Guerin with that catch in that one play, he laid out, the one you couldn't see.
Right, yeah.
There are a lot of plays we can't see up here. But he laid out for that one beautiful reception down at the 1-yard line to put the Centurions in a position to score. Slow start first half. Maybe it was the layoff. Maybe it was coming off of DeSales game, and yours in Western Hills has not been that great this year. So you're thinking, okay, it's a game. But second quarter, the offense finally started to show up. But I also got to give credit to Western Hills, a team who was letting up millions of yards on rushing.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Good rushing defense
and in that first half, the first quarter definitely, and then even the second half they kind of kept it, and they've kept the Zimmer and Babin kind of in check here. But the passing game has kind of picked up, and that's what's been nice about the Centurions all year is they've been so balanced. It's kind of hard to really key on this offense one way or the other. And so in the first half, or really in the second quarter, kind of got it going with the passing game.
Now we'll try to get you to DeSales Mercer County update here when we can. I believe it's still 14-12. Is it halftime? 14-12, Mercer County at halftime. So a missed extra point playing key role in that game. DeSales got their first extra point blocked and then tried to go for 2 after their second touchdown. And now it's 17-12 at half. Mercer County got a field goal, and so it is 17-12 at half. And once again, Centurions hold on and win this game. They would play the loser of that game, and they would be going to that facility. So they're going to Mercer County or DeSales. We know that, but not next week. Centurions will be home for their last home game of the year, senior night. And be great to come out and honor all the seniors on this Cal team and watch them against Bullitt Central. Then the playoffs start the next week. Centurions will receive the ball here for the second half. It is going to be Gage Guerin, Luke Leeper are going to be deep for the Centurions. They're setting up about the 15-yard line. It is the kicker, Garrett Clark, the senior, is the kicker. And he has gotten the signal and approaches the ball. And nope, now he stops. A penalty flag comes out by one official. I thought he dropped it, but I think there may be a penalty. The far side official. Oh, the ball fell down. Nope, there is a penalty. I'm not sure if they had too many men on the field or what, but I don't even see the head official giving a signal. So an unknown penalty to start this second half. That is a 5-yard penalty, moves the ball back to the 35. That moves Guerin and Leeper up to the 20. Garrett Clark approaches, onside kick, takes a big hop, grabbing the ball and going down. We got another flag is thrown. Trey Jorgensen with a nice catch and just falling down and wrapping it up. But there is a flag down. Nobody is moving.
Can't even tell who it's on.
A couple Cal players. I'm not sure what these 3 Cal players on the other side are even doing. So officials are having a 3-way talk. It was on the near side. The flag was thrown.
Now they're picking it up.
Now they're picking it up. So no penalty.
Well, good job by Trey Jorgensen, though, just to get the ball and get down on the ground as fast as he can. So handled that really well.
The Centurions start right on the 50-yard line. For their first drive of the third quarter, they lead 20-0 with good field position to start the second half. They send Leeper and Guerin to the left side, double backfield. Braden Babin, and I believe it's Zimmer, and Zimmer gets the ball. He runs behind Babin. He's going to get a couple yards and taken to the ground by Gilead Galloway. I tell you, Gilead Galloway is freshman, an impressive player for Western Hills.
Played really well, and haven't seen that power look yet in the first half. They come out here in the second half and try to pound the ball and at least picked up 3 yards there, so good positive yardage on first down.
So it'll be second down for the Centurions. Ball, they actually mark it, it looks like at the 48, so it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Centurions. Guerin goes left and Leeper to the right this time. Still the double backfield. Zimmer the deep back. Sabatino play action, looking, fires it out to Leeper. Leeper with the catch, gets across to the 39 for the first down. Boy, that ball was a little, I think, too far inside. A dangerous pass. Leeper able to block Gage Hill out of the way to get that pass.
Yeah,
make
just
the
wanted the
completion.
ball more. Luke did there and did a great job getting a hold of it and hanging on to it and spinning around, pick up first down. Good play, good pass.
We have seen Leeper just over and over make him very good possession catches this
Yeah,
year.
well,
besides going deep,
he's
but-
just had an incredible senior year.
So another first down for the Centurions as they are at the Western Hills 39. Leeper goes right, Guerin to the right, Leeper left, still the double backfield. Sabatino, play action again. He's looking long. He's got a man long if he doesn't. Great catch.
Got him.
Touchdown. Luke Leeper, 39-yard touchdown catch from Sabatino, and Sabatino put that one right on the money.
Yeah, nice. It made it. Yeah, you're exactly right. It made it nice and easy for Luke to grab that and step in the end zone. Never even broke stride. So nice play there. Good throw by Sabatino. Good catch by Luke. Nice quick score there for the Centurions. Start the second half.
Yeah, 10:27 to go here in the third quarter, and that score. Centurions get their fourth TD of the night. Cornett in for the extra point.
Kick is up.
Kick is
It is
good. So Centurions go up 27 zip right out of the box here to start the third quarter.
Well, we've seen this offense score quickly, and here they give a different look to the Wolverines coming out here in the second half, bringing in kind of the power of football with an offset fullback, and ends up being the passing play, brings those linebackers and corners in just a little bit more, and a good pass to Luke out here on the outside to pick up the first down, then nice easy throw for him for the touchdown.
So a three-play drive, took a minute 30 seconds, covered 50 yards, 39 of those yards on the touchdown pass to Luke Leeper. Leeper caught that one. If you remember the sales game, we saw Leeper throw his first touchdown pass of the year.
That's right.
Leeper probably went back and said, Sabatino, I want to throw you a touchdown pass next time. Cornett setting up the kickoff. Back is going to be Mormon and I believe Rogers on the far side. They have kicked a Mormon every time this evening, and he sets up about the 15-yard line. Cornett approaches the ball. Kick is in the air. This is going to be rather short. Mormon's going to come up and grab it at the 20. Cuts back, tries to get out to the right side. He's going to get out to the 30 before he's brought down by a couple of Centurions. Look like Nate Dobbs down there on the bottom. Andrew Dupes is there. Also Nate Sattel in on the tackle.
Once again, special teams handle that pretty well. Even on the short kick, still keeps it within inside the 30, I believe. Ball
is on the 29. I think it's just the nose is barely touching the 30. That's where Western Hills will try their first series of the second half. Centurion defense throwing a shutout so far. Has forced 4 turnovers. Engler still at quarterback with Fields to his right. He has trips out to the left, one lone receiver to the right. Engler takes a snap. He's rolling right, rolling. He's going to keep it for the run now. He gets turned around, but able to dive forward for about 3 yards.
Yeah, closed up pretty quick, and there he did that kind of little jump step. He's able to lean forward and pick up some positive yardage.
It's like a jump twirl step.
Yeah,
he always does a little
interesting.
twirl and jumps and able to get about 2 or 3 more yards. Ball's marked at the 33. It'll be 2nd and 7 for this Wolverine team. Engler in that shotgun. Fields to his left this time. He's going to roll left, looking to throw. He's not going to have anywhere to throw, so now he starts to run. He's got some room on the right. Pushed out of bounds by Nate Dobbs, but I believe he got the first down.
Yeah, he got all that on his own, that's for sure. Wanted to come out here and throw to the left. Got the pressure, turned around, made one tackler miss, turned on the speed, and made the corner. I'm with you to see where they mark this.
He is short of the first down.
Oh, they put him pretty short, actually.
Wow,
Mike.
I thought he hit the marker when he went out of bounds. They say he's 2 yards short. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for Western Hills. Engler, just a sophomore, showing he has some speed. He gets up to top speed pretty quickly, too. So make it 3rd and 2. Trips out to the left this time. One receiver, right? Engler takes the snap. He's going to roll left again. Here comes the throw. It's going to be incomplete. It would have been a first down. And then, they're going to call a late hit on Guerin.
Yeah, that's a tough call there. I mean, because it's hard for that corner to see that the ball is in the front of the receiver. He can't tell if he dropped it or not. Wasn't out of bounds.
Pass was over. I believe he was going for Rogers or Mormon. And the ball went off his chest, and as Darren said, Guerin was behind him and then just kind of gave him a shove to push him out of bounds, and they called a penalty on him. That'll give a first down. That's a tough one right there.
That's a tough call. I mean, defensive player can't see that, and it wasn't a tackle. He just kind of gave him a hit in the back, you know, as you said, trying to push him out of bounds, but it wasn't even – it was in the field of play.
Now, Mormon, I don't know if Mormon was frustrated he missed it or got mad about the hit, but he was having some issues on the side. It like coach was talking to him very quickly, settling him down. So we're back to action here. Ball at the 47 of the Centurions as Engler's going to roll right this time, trying to avoid pressure, looking to throw, gets through a couple.
Get through there?
Gets through a couple defenders. He had 3 of them right around him, and I think they lost track of him. He gets about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, I tell you, there wasn't much space there. Somehow he must have turned sideways to get through there, but somehow he gets through at least to pick up a yard or 2.
And where they have the marker, well, now they're moving the marker back. Spots have been a little questionable tonight.
Well, I think they've been consistent, if nothing else. They always go backwards.
So we are 2nd and 9. Make it a 1-yard gain. Thought he had about a 3-yard gain, but make it 1 yard. We've seen Engler rolling out a lot more. He has an empty backfield right now. He has rolled left or right every single time here in the second half. Takes the snap, going to throw it quickly out in the flat to Fields, who drops the pass, incomplete.
Yeah, still well defended by the Centurions, though. I think that was Sutherland coming up pretty quick, and Dupes was out there as well.
There were about 6 Centurions right around that area. So Fields drops it. It'll be 3rd down. Make it 3rd and 9, 8:25 to go here in the third quarter, 27-0. Centurions with the lead. Engler gets the call from the side. Coach Don Miller in his 14th season with Western Hills. You just don't see coaches around at one school that long
not for that
anymore.
long, yeah.
So 3rd and 9. We're ready to go here. Engler's got the play. Takes the snaps straight. Drop back this time.
Well, he's not getting out that time.
He tried to do his little twirl move, and he had Minrath there and Babin there and Fetter there, and they didn't go for it that time, and throws him for about a 10-yard loss.
They literally just took him out of the air. I mean, they weren't going to fall for that one again. Appreciate the sportsmanship there by Braden Babin going up and picking him up.
The ball's all the way back to the 40-yard line. It's going to bring in a punting situation.
Well, we got a official's timeout here.
I'm not sure what the call is for.
Well, no, I think it's I think
Engler.
Maybe Engler allowing him to get to the sideline, I believe.
Yeah, he's just walking off. He took a pretty big hit there. You said, Darren, he was up in the air. Like 3 guys grabbed him and threw him down. So he walks off, and I think he's hurting a little bit. We have a punting situation here. McGahee in for the punt. Punt is going to go to the left side and hit about the 39, take a Wolverine bounce, and it'll settle about the 32-yard line. So we are below the 7-minute mark here, or the 8-minute mark, 7:44 to go in the third quarter. Centurions will take over. I think they're going to mark it at the 33 of the Centurions. Centurions a 3-play strike last time. Let's see what they put together this time. They've had a 34 and 39-yard touchdown passes the evening to Mays and Leeper respectively. Kevin King and Guerin go left. Leeper on the short side to the right. Babin, it looks like, is in the backfield this time. Sabatino quickly out to Leeper, takes it at the 36. Going to move inside, gets a couple of more yards before he gets pushed back. Looks like they're going to mark him about the 37. That'll bring up a second down, make it probably about a 4-yard gain.
37-yard line. Second down,
Good pickup on the first down. Gives you a few options here on second, that's for sure. Like that little quick pass out there, though.
And we've seen Leeper turn those into 10-yard gains many times this year. 2nd and 6. Looks like a little confusion on the Centurion receivers. Now they got it figured out. Same formation as last time, except Sabatino comes under center. And there's going to be a timeout by the Centurion. There was nothing but mass confusion before that play. So timeout Centurions, 6:59 to go, third quarter, 27-0 Centurions.
Yeah, well, we got a chance. E-News is Cal's online newsletter that allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal Athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly, includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all of Cal's Kentucky campuses. For questions, please feel free to contact us at enews@caschools.us, or you can subscribe by visiting the website caschools.us and just click on Centurion Athletics. Another great way is follow Cal Athletics on Twitter. From Centurion Athletic news and game updates, you can follow Cal Athletics at Centurion AD. I was already noticing on my phone tonight. It's like Brad Morgan was down on the goal line a couple times and put some nice videos up there of 2 of the touchdowns tonight. So it's a great time to be able to keep up with all the varsity sports through the Twitter.
Back to the action.
We're back to action here. 2nd and 6 for the Centurions. Second time they've had the ball in the second half. Scored one of their 4 touchdowns in the first possession. Babin goes in motion. Fakes the pass to him. Comes back to Leeper the other way. He's going to get about to the 38 this time before he's knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, Wolverines defense actually read that pretty well. Didn't bite on the play action to the left. Came back to the right to Luke. And no gain on that at all.
Now they mark it at the 30. They mark about the 38, so it's going to be 3rd and 6. I think looks like we picked up about a yard, but it didn't change the scoreboard yardage to go. But it's there it goes. 3rd and 5 now for the Centurions. Sabatino play action. He's going to keep it. He avoids the pressure looking at now. He's going to run. Plenty of room. He's got the first down. Gives a stiff arm, runs out of bounds. First down. Good run by Sabatino.
Yeah, good job being able to pick up the sticks while he was running. And as he came around that corner, noticed he had enough space to go and pick up that first down, gets across, and I like how he got out of bounds before he took a big hit.
So 1st and 10, he gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Both teams not in much of a hurry to get plays going here. This time, Leeper goes to the left side. Guerin and Mays, who's in the game, split to the right. Mays far out to the right side. Hand off to Babin, tries to break free. He's got some room. He's got one man to beat. 30, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Babin.
Yeah, there's that big hole. Boy, I tell you what, he got a really good-sized hole there, and once he hit, he was able to turn his speed on right as he got across the line of scrimmage.
A 54-yard run by Babin. And another big play by the Centurions with 5:55 to go here in the third quarter. No flags. Centurions go up 33-0 with the extra point coming.
I tell you, one of the biggest hits on that was Big John Young took down a linebacker about 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, and that really kind of opened it up for Babin to get down the middle of the field there on the hash marks.
And we got
took a Wolverine player down.
I think so. So a little delay in the game as they tend to. One of the Western Hills players out at midfield. But that was a 4-play drive. That drive took 1 minute and 50 seconds. Covered 67 yards, 54 of those on the run by Brant Babin. That is Babin's 4th rushing touchdown of the year. He has 2 on the receiving side and 1 interception return on the year. And coming off the field very slowly, looks like it's Alan Schultz for the Wolverines. Dylan Cornett in for the extra point. Cornett's had 1 block tonight, but good on the other 3. He's had a good year. He was a good find for Coach Cantwell, the Chick-fil-A halftime kicking contest. He has done a very good job. Masters the holder. Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. These officials take a while to tell you it's good, man. You're just kind of looking at them. They're kind of looking at each other, and they look up, and they look at them, and they're good. So Centurions go up 34-0 with 5:55 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, another good-looking drive there, and I tell you, they just really have turned it on here. Second quarter and starting this third quarter, just starting to click a little bit better. Offense starting to look like it has all season. Just had to shake it off a little bit there in the first quarter. I guess that week layoff really just kind of got them out of sync.
So great run, and as you said, Darren, you know, the holes have not really been there a whole lot tonight for the running game, but man, that one was just, it was like the ocean parted right there.
Yeah, exactly. He came around that corner, and then as I mentioned, he got 2 good blocks downfield. One of those, as I said, was John Young. 10 yards past the line of scrimmage, pancaking a middle linebacker, and that really just opened it up for Babin as he hit the hash marks, and it was just a straight shot at that point, outrun one guy.
So we have 5:55 to go here in the third quarter. 1 point shy of a running clock. Dylan Cornett tees the ball up. It'll be Mormon and Rogers are back. And Mormon has handled every kickoff so far for this team. Centurion's kickoff coverage has been excellent tonight. And this is going to be a very short pooch kick. Going to be taken at the 30. A nice catch down there. It was almost dropped. Galloway reached out far to catch that. Good job holding on to it. Western Hills will start with very good field position.
I'm not sure if that wasn't a called play, the way he had that teed up and kind of turned. Kind of interesting idea. Maybe just try something as we get ready for the playoffs. But as you said, just a great catch and held on to it by the Wolverine player.
I agree with you. I think it was a called play, Darren. Just something to practice and start getting ready for the playoffs. You know, if you can at this time of the year, maybe some specific plays. And so Western will take over on their own 37, 1st and 10. Engler in at quarterback still. He has split that position with Rogers this year. High snap. Engler able to hold on to it. Tries to break to the left side. He finally goes down. Gets out to about the 39 or 40. I think for a minute he was trying to hand that ball off to Mormon, but the height was too high to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell you what, Centurions had 10 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage that time. I just had one guy back as safety, and that was it.
It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Centurions. For the Wolverines. We haven't got the ball back yet. It's that wishful thinking of me to get the ball back. Fields to the right of Engler in the backfield. In motion goes Mormon. He gets it this time, trying to get it to the right side. Great job out there on the outside. I believe that was Sutherland.
Yeah, that's the way you play that outside. I tell you what, he shot across the line, took out as far as even the option to get to the outside, and had to cut it up and then actually made the tackle. Great play there, great read.
That's a 4-yard loss. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Maybe a passing situation. Centurions have intercepted 3 passes already this evening. 2 by Guerin, 1 by Brant Babin. Or Braden Babin, excuse me. 3rd and 11. 2 receivers to the left. In motion goes Mormon left to right. And it's going to be a handoff to Fields in the backfield, and did not fool Minrath. He's still up, but there's a bunch of Centurions on him. Minrath, the first man to hit him, and he held him up long enough for the other Centurions to join.
I tell you what, you're talking about a point of contact. That as soon as he handed it, Minrath was there, face mask to face mask. Luckily, he didn't fumble that ball if you're a Wolverine fan.
So that ball back to the 32-yard line. That brings in the punting unit for the Wolverines.
Should have great field position after this punt.
I believe Garrett Clark is in doing the punting now.
They've almost blocked 2 tonight.
Now this is Rogers that's doing the punting. He takes a good snap, gets almost blocked again. That ball's going to hit at the 45. Take a Wolverine bounce. Everybody gets out of the way. It's going to settle at the 34, and that's where the Centurions will take over with 3:23 to go in the third quarter. So another good job by the defense there, Darren.
Yeah, they handled it well. And tell you what, at halftime, Wolverines only had 2 yards of offense, and the Centurions have really shut down any type of running game whatsoever, and kind of makes the Wolverines one-dimensional. And when they try to do that, defense picked up 3 interceptions. So not a lot of options for the Wolverine offense this evening.
So 3:23 to go here, third quarter. Connor Masters into the game for the Centurions at quarterback. I believe that is Zimmer to his left. Connor's had some time this year, looking to pass, going to throw it. Nice pass right to Leaper, up and he gets it. Completion, man, that ball was on the back shoulder. Perfect pass to Leaper as he went up and got it all the way down to the 45-yard line of Western Hills.
There you go. And you got your senior receiver there, and he knows how to play it. He had his eye on the ball the whole time. Went up, made a nice catch, make sure he came down with it. Big pick up there on first down.
Masters completes his first pass of the evening.
First and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Masters 14 for 35, 128 yards on the season. Has thrown no touchdowns this year. I know he had a good year last year coming in that backup role. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. In motion goes Leaper. Handoff to Leaper. Leaper around the left end. He's across the 40, across the 35. Does a stutter step. Finally brought down after he gets down to about the 30. It looks like another first down for the Centurions.
Tell you, it seemed like that play went on forever. It's because Luke was so patient as he came around. He had some wide open field, then turned it and waited for his block to actually happen so he could turn it up for more, and that's how he picked up that first down.
The other thing we haven't seen, Darren, since that first quarter are penalties. Centurions like 5 penalties in that first quarter.
Yeah.
And that's gone by the wayside as well. So ball's marked on the 29 of Western. King out to the far right. Guerin in the slot. Leaper split out left. Zimmer in the backfield with Masters. Looks like a little confusion. Centurions going to have to call another timeout.
Yeah, it's twice tonight. Once this series and once last series where they had to call a timeout, which, might as well go ahead and do. Make sure you got everything where you want it and who you got, right personnel. So definitely a good second and third quarter tonight for the Centurions. As we mentioned, all 3 phases of the game. Special teams has held up really well, kept no big plays happening. And then defense has played well. Those 4 turnovers, as we mentioned, setting the offense up really nice, and the offense has been closing the door.
And we'll see if they can continue to do it. Masters on his career, he's thrown 9 touchdowns during his career at Cal, thrown for 540 yards. So he tries to add on to that total. He already did on his first reception to Leaper for the evening. First and 10 Centurions at the Western 29.
First and 10 Centurions.
Zimmer to the right of Masters is in the shotgun. Looking to throw. He's going long. He's got a man back there. Oh, knocked out at the last second to Gage Guerin. He was going for Guerin at the last second. Caden Mormon and Clay Woodson back there in coverage, able to just tip the ball out of the hands of Guerin.
Yeah, I think Gage thought it was just going to come right in between them. He could just kind of, put his hands there and just kind of catch it. He didn't really go up for it, kind of went low. And as you said, at the last minute there, both Wolverines guys kind of bumped into him, knocked it out of the hands.
2nd and 10 for the Centurions. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 34-0 Centurions with the surmountable lead. Masters going to roll right this time. Looking to throw. Has his man, and it's complete. Kevin King. Good to see Masters take the available receiver there.
Yeah, good job. Came out, got outside the tackle box so he could really survey the field there and made a nice throw to Kevin. Kevin catches it, gets hit out of bounds. Nice pickup. Makes it a very doable 3rd down here, 3rd and 3.
7-yard gain on that pass play. Ball marked at the 22 of Western.
Masters trying to get the call. I don't know if he...
Centurion's only 1 timeout left. They've had confusion on a couple of calls here. Now they break. Leaper and Guerin to the left side. Mays on the short side to the right. Zimmer in the backfield. Masters takes a snap, back to pass. Throwing across
Right
the
over the
middle as
middle.
Will Parr, wide open, touchdown. And there's a flag down. There is a flag on the play. If it stands, it's a 22-yard touchdown pass, but it looks like it's going to be a hold.
Yeah, it's going to be from the spot of the foul.
So
Great play, great throw. There's that tight end wide open. Got in behind the middle linebackers.
It's the 2nd touchdown of the evening called back because of a penalty. I bragged too early about the no penalties, Darren.
Yep.
But a hold on the Centurions. But man, a great move by Will Parr to get open. Masters hit him right on the numbers. But bring it back.
10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul.
And it's going to bring it back to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that one hurt.
So it's going to be about 3rd and 15, I believe.
Well,
It'll be 3rd and 16.
like that last play, Wolverines brought the blitz, and that's what allowed Will Parr to be so wide open as he came off that line.
Now it is 3rd and 16 for the Centurions. Probably in 2-down territory, I would imagine. Masters back to pass. Going to throw it out in the flat to Zimmer. Give him some room. Cuts back across the 30 down to the 25. Good move by Zimmer. Got about 8 more yards out of that play.
That's funny. You really teach running backs when they get out on those hash marks and numbers to head to the outside. Good read, though, by Harrison there to cut back to the inside, and that's what picked him up those 6-7 yards.
So ball's going to be at the 24. It's going to be 4th and 5 for the Centurions. They're going to go for it. I think they're 0 for 2 tonight on 4th down attempts. Those were both in that first quarter, though, when the offense hadn't quite awakened for this game yet. But they have been.
Well, Connors looked good on that rollout, but this time to go to the wide side of the field, it's going to be going across his body. So let's see what Coach Cantwell calls here.
King and Guerin to the left, Leaper to the right. He's going to roll left, looking for his man. He's going to get, nope, he stays up somehow, starts to get knocked to the ground. Now he throws it, he's got a man. Completed to Leaper. He's got the first down at the 10, tries to get down, gets down at the 7. How Masters stayed up after getting hit, I don't know.
I have no idea how he did that.
But a great job by Masters to take a hit. He able to keep his balance, roll to the right. Good job by Leaper to come back and get open. Masters hit him. First down, Centurions down to the 7.
Yeah, it's amazing. He kept his knee off the ground. Was able to put his offhand down to keep his balance. And then, as you say, got rolled out. And then just a good read there coming back to the ball for Luke.
First and goal from the 7 for the Centurions. I believe they have scored the last 5 times the Centurions have had the ball, they have scored. So they're trying to score for the 6th straight time here in the game. And clock running down. I'm not sure if they may have to get a playoff before we get to the end of the third quarter. I don't know. I think they're going to have to. Masters in the shotgun still. Zimmer to his left. Masters back to pass, throws it quickly. Got Leaper, touchdown. Yep. Luke Leaper, his 2nd touchdown of the evening. 7-yard touchdown pass from Masters, his 1st of the year, 10th of his career at Christian Academy. And the Centurions go up 40-0 with an extra point pending.
Yeah, really good read there by Connor. Waited for Luke to kind of break between two defenders and just delivered the ball right on the money.
Centurions will set for the extra point at 10.
I believe that may be Barrickman in for the extra point. Let's see if it's still Cornett or Barrickman. I can't tell right now. The ball's down. It was Barrickman with the extra point, and it's good.
Well, it still leaves 2 seconds, so we'll at least get one more kickoff here before. Well, let's see when we start this running clock. I don't know if it'd be on the kickoff.
So six straight times Centurions have had the ball and scored a touchdown.
Yep, I guess we'll have a running clock once this kickoff takes
I believe
place.
we will. Fourth quarter should go by rather quickly. That was a 2-minute, 21-second drive that covered 67 yards, ending in that 7-yard touchdown pass from Masters to Leeper. That is Leeper's second touchdown reception of the game, his 6th of the year. I believe he was tied with Will Parr for most touchdown receptions. He now has the lead in that. And DeSales has scored, gone for a 2-point conversion, and now they lead Mercer County 20-17. Do we know how much time is left in the game there? End of the third quarter. So DeSales defense has got stronger. Offense has scored a touchdown. They're up by 3 against Mercer County. We have a kickoff here. This time Rogers takes it. He tries to go to the middle. He's going to be engulfed by Andrew Dukes. So Western will take over to start the fourth quarter here. After 3 quarters of play, Centurions lead 41-0.
Well, we got good news in the Centurion Armory. The new winter merchandise is now available, and the Armory is Cal's retail store. If you haven't been there, you need to get in there and take a look with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise for every Centurion fan. Armory is open Tuesday through Friday, 2:30 to 4 until 7 o'clock at all home football games. Support Cal Athletics by purchasing an athletic pass. It's not too late for fall, but you definitely want to get ready for the winter and spring passes, spring seasons. The Cal Athletic Passes offer students, adults, and families admission to all home athletic events. For easy gate admission, we offer single passes for $95 and family passes for $275. Athletic passes can be purchased at the Centurion Armory or by calling the Cal Athletic office. Get your athletic pass today and save. While we have a moment, we still give a couple of shout-outs to a couple of team breakdowns. Field hockey, they're now 15-16-1 on the season, and they defeated KCD 5-1 in last night's state quarterfinal. The Lady Centurions move on to the KHSAA state semifinal tomorrow night, 6 o'clock at Cal. So make sure you come out and support Cal field hockey.
That means Final Four, is that right?
That's correct. And cross country,
the
Centurion girls cross country team won the Louisville Private School Championship last week. Addie Dewey placed first individually, and Kaylee Wilson placed second. And the boys team came in runner-up. So way to go to all the Centurions on the cross country teams, both boys and girls.
And Mercer County. Well, now all of a sudden the score is 30-27 Mercer County. So we missed a few plays in there somewhere, but we got a ball that's almost fumbled here. But hanging on to it is Galloway, and he gets up across the 30 to about the 33. It'll be second down for the Wolverines. Try to get some subs are in for the Centurions now. We'll try to get you some of the people in there. Nate Sattel is in there, along with Jalen Baskin is in there. Minrath remains in. That is Matthew Mawsey. Andy Russell is into the game for the Centurions. We got a handoff to Galloway again, who was in motion. He's going to get close to the first down. He's brought down by Gavin Copenhaver, the freshman. Nate Dobbs remains in there. Trey Jorgensen is in there. McCade Batcher, who we saw start a couple games ago and a good job at the linebacker position, is in. Aiden Davis, a freshman, is into the game for the Centurion. So getting some of the younger players some valuable experience out there. It is 1st and 10. It was a first down for the Wolverines. Rogers is the quarterback now for the Wolverines. He's going to keep it this time. He's going to break one tackle but then go down. Good job. At the bottom of that pile was McCade Batcher. Darren, you know, we saw him start a couple games ago with all those injuries, and the freshman did a really good job.
He did a great job, yeah. It's nice to see him get some time in here tonight as well.
2nd and 10 for the Wolverines. Wolverines taking their time calling in. Centurions back in action at home next week. Bullitt Central comes to Zeke Field. It'll be senior night for the Centurions, and make sure you come out if you can. It's a great night of football, and to honor the seniors who've been with this Centurion team. Rogers takes the snap, back to pass. Here comes pressure. He is not going to get away.
Rogers hit behind the line.
He was turned in by Sattel, and then he finally goes down by Minrath, and we may have a flag on the play. Well, we do not see a flag.
Nope. But big loss there, too. The Centurion defense, great job there. Had 4 guys back there. Saw Mozzie back there. Minrath was back there again.
All the way back to the 28, make it 3rd and 20. And this Centurion defense has been suffocating tonight on Western. This could be one of the lowest total yardage games ever for the Centurions. We'll make sure we check that at the end of the game for you. We have 8:44 to go with this running clock. It is 3rd and 20.
Comes the blitz.
Rolling to the right, being chased to the right. And there's going to be Sattel just grabs Rogers with one hand, and the basketball player shows he's got a little moxie on the football field as well, as he just takes one hand and twirls Rogers out of bounds. That brings up a 4th down.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the whole Centurion defense. Brought the blitz. That's what got him pushed to the outside and on the run. And then they closed it really well to bring up his 4th down.
So punting situation. 8:06 to go. Back for the Centurions is Nate Dobbs. He's not sure where to set up. He's looking over. He goes, I don't do this very often, guys. So he sets up at about the 50-yard line.
I like his look at the coach. He just kind of put his hands up. Where do you want me?
Rogers into punting. His punts have been short tonight. This one is going to go to the right of Dobbs and is going to land about the 49 of the Centurions. That's where they'll take over with 7:35 to go here in the game.
I'm sure we'll see a heavy dose of runs here as they Centurions bring in some new guys on offense as well.
I'll try to bring
There's
you
a
up
lot
to
of
date
new
on that.
players out there.
There are a lot. I still see Minrath, though. He's still out there. Seth Harrington is in the game. I believe
Noah Hazlip, I believe, out there.
Noah Hazlip. Mozzie is in there. Kevin King comes out to the left side. Joining him is Harrington. I can't see who's on the right side. In the backfield is Masters, and next to him is Isaac Patrick. Coming in motion and trying to get going is the receiver I couldn't tell on the far side. He's going to be brought down for a loss.
Yeah, I believe it was Justin McDonald.
It is Justin J-Mac. That play took a little while to develop.
Yep.
And a loss back to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 19 for the Centurions. Bryce Reichmuth still in the game for the Centurions. I believe the center, I did not catch the number of the center. Patrick to the left side of Masters. In the shotgun is Masters. Takes the snap, back to throw. He's looking left. It goes across the middle. Completed the pass out there to Patrick. And Patrick gets the ball back to the original line of scrimmage, or close to it, maybe a 9-yard gain that time. Going to put the ball at the 48. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, good play there. Just kind of an inside screen. The line did a good job of releasing, waiting to release. Patrick made a good catch. Picked up at least part of that back.
3rd and 11 for the Centurions. 5:26 to go in the ball game. Centurions will play the loser of Mercer County and DeSales in a couple weeks to start the playoffs. And that game has been going back and forth all evening. Masters rolls right, looking to throw, lets it fly. It's going to be only about a 2-3 yard gain. As on the far side, he completes a pass to, who was that? To Justin McDonald.
Yep, exactly.
So about a 3 yard gain is going to bring up a 4th, and they move the marker back again. Thought he had a 2 or 3 yard gain. Actually, it was a 2 yard gain. The ball's right at the 50. So it'll be 4th and 9 for the Centurions.
Crowds are not going to punt here.
They're going to
go for it.
The ball's back on the 49 of Western now. They give him another yard, make it 4th and 8. Mays splits to the left side. To the right side goes McDonald. Harrington comes out in the slot to the left. I'm thinking they're going for Mays on this play. In motion goes McDonald. Masters throws it up. Ball is tipped. He was going for Mays, who was slanting into the middle, but ball's tipped out there by who else? Gilead Galloway, the freshman, knocks that pass away.
Yep, no harm there. So we'll switch the chains around here, bring up 1st and 10 for the Wolverines as that clock continues to run under 4 minutes now left in the game.
The Wolverines will take over on their own 49. With, as Darren said, under 4 minutes to go and counting. See if we got any new players in for the Centurions now. Matthew Reedy, is into the game. Isaac Patrick stays in to play defense. Chase Guerin, another Guerin up and coming into the game in the defensive backfield. So Western Hills a little confused on what they're doing, but they've got probably a bunch of new players in the game as well. Rogers in at quarterback. And we're going to have a timeout by Western Hills.
Yep.
Is there
3 minutes to go?
Clock was about to fall away. So, Darren, after a rough first quarter, we kind of saw the Centurion team we thought we would see tonight.
Yeah, and I think it was just some rust off that off week. Came out and had a bunch of penalties, just didn't look sharp on the run game. Defense, as we said, gave up 2 big, long 3rd downs to the Wolverines, but then got into the second quarter and things start clicking. Defense picked up a couple of interceptions and fumble returns, set the offense up really nice and in good field position. Offense started picking up some first downs, started scoring some touchdowns, and then it's been all Centurions ever since that second quarter.
Still 30-27 Mercer County, but the Colts have the ball at the Mercer County 10, 3rd and 1. So Centurions back in action next week again. We're kind of reemphasize it as senior night, and that includes Nate Dobbs and Kevin King, Mackay Mays, Nate Sattel, Justin McDonald, Greg Gitcher, Anthony Sabatino, Harrison Zimmer, Jake Sutherland, Henry Fetter, Jalen Baskin, Jacob Sacre, Ethan Naughton, Stingray, John Young, Seth Harrington, and Luke Leeper. So a bunch of seniors to come out and celebrate. Rogers going to roll to the right. He was running all the way, and Nate Sattel with grab the jersey and turn him around. He kept his balance that time, but Baskin's there to push him out of bounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the best technique there. Sattel worked the first time. That time it just really got him moving, so.
Sattel kind of rather grab the jersey and turn you around than tackle you, but held him up enough for the other Centurions to join in the fun. It's a loss. It's going to be 2nd and it looks like about
22,
maybe a little more. 22. Yes, you're right. 2nd and 22. 2:18 to go here in the game. Centurions will go to 5-4, 2-2 in district after this game. Western Hills will drop to 3-6 on the season. Handoff's going to go to Galloway.
Whoa, he turned
He's
it up.
got a hole up the middle. And we have said he is a good-looking freshman, and he gets across the 50 all the way to the 46.
Yeah, Isaac Patrick luckily got a hold of him there about just as he crossed the 50-yard line, hung on to bring him down, or that was going to be a touchdown.
Centurions, I believe, have 2 shutouts in the year, going for their third shutout of the season. I thought Galloway was going to ruin that there for a minute. It's 3rd and 5 for Western Hills. New quarterback for Western Hills, Josh Hudgens, a freshman in the game. He's going to give off to Galloway again, who was in motion. It is defended a lot better this time. Isaac Patrick there, and we've got a flag coming down.
Yeah, I'd say it's either a holding or a face mask, just kind of watching the referee's eyes and read through the flag. So we'll see which one it is here.
Noah Hazlip in on the tackle. It's going to be a face mask. That's against the Centurions. So that'll give a first down to Western. So that's going to put it up to
Penalty is a first down, Western Hills.
I thought we're trying to figure out the score. I thought it was 30-27 Mercer County. It was 30-27. Now it's 27-23. So we think DeSales is up. We're not real sure, but we think DeSales is up. But we're back to action here. It's going to be another handoff. It's been Galloway in option handoff every time. He gets across the 30 to the 29. So, we're only as good as the news feed, they say. So let's see. Western Hills has not been shut out this year at all. They've been held to 6 twice, once against Franklin County and once against Mercer County. It is 2nd and 8 from the 28 of the Centurions for Western Hills. Hudgens, the freshman, he has had Galloway in motion, handed off to him the last 3 or 4 times. This time he's going to, the southpaw back to pass, fires it to Galloway. It is complete, and he's going to be brought down. He's going to be, it's only going to be out for about 5 yards, maybe across the 25. And timeout by Western Hills with 17 and a half seconds left. You know they don't want to get shut out tonight, so they're going to do everything they can.
Call that timeout and see if they can't lift one up into the end zone, so if they can get a score and keep that shutout from happening. But good play here by this second defense coming in. They've done a yeoman's job. I tell you what, Galloway is getting the ball every single chance and doing a good job.
So we think DeSales is up 27-23. So that's what we're going with right now. Check the media outlets tonight and tomorrow morning to see what actually happens. But that game isn't for 2 weeks anyway. And Darren, you have a choice. Would you play Mercer County or DeSales, or it's really about the same with either of them?
Yeah,
right?
It's about the same. I mean, either way, you're going to have to go on the road. You know what you're going to get when you go to DeSales. We don't know what we're going to get when we go to Mercer County. So I don't know which one you'd rather bite off. I will tell you this, between the 3 teams playing each other, you can tell we're all pretty close together.
We're going to have a field goal attempt here from the 28-yard line, so it's a 38-yard kick. It's down. Clark with the kick. It could be good. It's going to be just short. It had the direction. That was the senior, Garrett Clark, with the attempt. They had not had a field goal all year, and he was about 4 yards short. Centurions will take over, and they're not even going to come out. Clock is running, and Centurions are going to come away with their 3rd shutout of the year, a 41-0 victory over Western Hills. We'll be back in a minute to recap tonight's game, talk about upcoming games when the Centurions come away with a 41-0 victory. We'll be back in a minute, everybody. Welcome back to Centurion football, where the Centurions moved to 5-4 on the season with a 41-0 victory over a Western Hills team. In the first quarter, it was a little scary, quite frankly. Centurions offense could not get get going, I should say, but the Cal defense definitely did. And Western Hills took the opening kickoff, did get 2 first down in their first series, but then a fumble recovered by Will Parr and returned about 10 or 15 yards, gave the Centurions great field position on the Western Hills 32, but Centurions turned it over on downs, and Western Hills took over on their 26-yard line. But four plays later, they had to punt the ball. Centurions good field position again in Western Hills territory at the 48, but they turned the ball over again after 4 plays, and Centurions no first downs in that first quarter. But Western Hills then got the ball back, and on the very first play, Gage Guerin with one of 2 interceptions of his own interceptions on the evening, one of 3 for the Centurions, intercepted the ball, and Centurions got the ball back at their own 28-yard line. But this time, Centurions did not get a first down once again, but had to punt the ball, and Western took over on their own 39. But on the second play, Gage Guerin got his second interception of the night as he laid out for a beautiful interception, gave Centurions the ball on their own 40, and that started a touchdown on the next 6 possessions that the Centurions had the ball. This possession, it was a 5-play drive that covered 60 yards, and a 34-yard pass to Mays from Sabatino made the score 7-0. On the third play of the next series by Western Hills, it was Braden Babin this time with the interception, one that he laid out for as well, and the Centurions took over on the Western 22, and 3 plays later it was a 1-yard run by Harrison Zimmer. Western Hills did block the kick, but Centurions had a 13-0 lead. Next time Western had the ball, they did get a first down, Western Hills that is, a first down, but then were forced to punt. But the punt, it was a hard rush against the kicker Rogers of Western Hills. He shanked the punt. It only was a 4-yard punt. Centurions took over on the 20 of Western, and 5 plays later, it was a 1-yard quarterback keeper by Anthony Sabatino, and the Centurions went into halftime with a 20-0 lead. Centurions got the opening kickoff, and they got it back to the 50-yard line is where they started this drive, and 3 plays later, it was a 39-yard pass play to Luke Leeper, Sabatino's second touchdown pass of the evening. Centurions went up 27-0, and then the defense for the Centurions did not get a turnover, but did hold Western Hills to 1 first down on that next series and then forced a punt. Centurions took over at their own 33, and 4 plays later, it was a 54-yard run by Brant Babin to put the Centurions up 34-0. Western was 3 and out the next time they got the ball. Centurions this time took over on their own 33. And this time, it was a 2-minute, 21-yard drive that covered 67 yards, ending in a 7-yard completion to Luke Leeper, his second touchdown reception of the evening. But this time, the pass was from Connor Masters, 41-0 Centurions. Running clock started after that, and we got to the fourth quarter. Western Hills had 2 possessions. Centurions won, but nobody scored anymore, and it ended in a 41-0 victory for the Centurions. Darren, I think we do. The second half stats here.
Yeah. So I got the stats here for the game. So we'll look at some of the team comparisons. First downs tonight for Western, 6 first downs. They finished with -9 total yards. So really, that Centurion defense definitely did what they needed to this evening. For Cal, had 14 first downs. They had 7 passing first downs, 7 rushing. So that's perfect balance there. They were 2 for 6 on third downs, 1 for 4 on fourth. Finished with 328 total yards this evening, so 208 yards passing, and I believe that's 120 rushing. As far as some of the other 4 turnovers we mentioned tonight for the Wolverines, none for the Centurions. Get down here. Punting tonight, 5 punts for a 24-yard average for the Wolverines. Only 1 there in the first half for 36 yards for the Centurions. On the offensive side for Western Hills tonight, Engler finished 3 for 8 for 26 yards passing. Hutchins 1 for 1 for 6. Several runners all had negative yardage. Galloway would be the exception. He had 5 attempts for 23 yards. And then for the offense for the Centurions, Connor Masters Well, let's start with Sabatino. The starter finished 10 for 14. What a night. 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Connor Masters came in 7 for 9 for 74 yards. Something about some efficiency there for a touchdown. Rushing night, Sabatino finished 5 attempts for 19 yards. Harrison Zimmer, 5 for 12. Brant Babin, 6 for 81 with that long of 54. All three of those each scored 1 touchdown. Luke Leeper had 2 attempts for 18 yards. Receiving, Kevin King had 1 for 7. McKay Mays, 1 for 34 in the touchdown. Isaac Patrick, 1 for 7. Gage Guerin, 1 for 22. Zimmer, 2 for 10. Brant Babin, 2 for 16. And I don't have scroll down. I can't do it off the picture, but I know Luke Leeper had a big second half. For defense tonight, just a couple things. Tackle-wise, let's see who led tonight. Will Parr finished with 5. Will Minrath with 5. Fetter, Babin, Taylor, Batcher, and Sadel all with 4, and so just a great defensive job tonight.
Give me again, what were the total yards allowed?
Total yards allowed tonight? Let's see. They gave up, well, it was -9 total yards tonight.
So that is the second least in a game in the history of Cal. They let up a -88 against Shawnee, and the second negative yardage allowed. Do you got the rushing and passing yardage allowed?
I do not. Well, I can tell you that passing, they only finished with 32-yard passing. So you'll have to do some math there.
32 yards. Well, that
yeah.
That isn't one of the records.
Yeah.
Oh, 32. So that
negative
means that
rushing.
had to be a negative 41 yards rushing.
Negative 41
so
yards rushing.
So that is the second least rushing yards ever allowed by a Cal football team.
Great job by the defense tonight. We knew it was a great defensive effort. Just realized it's even up there as far as some of the best ones.
So good to see the defense come and play a whole game. The offense came and played 3 quarters, but that was enough tonight.
Right, exactly.
And, it doesn't look like we came out of the game with any injuries in these last 2 games. You want to kind of start to gel a little bit more and come away with no injuries, and both those things seem to happen tonight.
And I tell you, I'm glad we got that off week done last week, just to see some of that rust coming back. You never know how teams are going to do, but, if nothing else, got a lot of the injuries cleaned up and got some healing done, probably worked on some small things, just came out with some rust. A couple of bad penalties there in the first quarter by the defense. Offense did not look sharp, but then get some of that hitting going again, get into some of some of the flow of the game, and then after the second quarter started, it was a dominant Centurion game in all 3 phases from the second quarter through the fourth.
So Centurions back in action next week. They finish the season, big senior night presentation with a lot of seniors, as we talked about them here.
Get there early.
Get there early. It's going to be a lot of talking, but a great way to honor those players. And I tell you, 4 years of football at Christian, and really for a lot of these, it's more than 4 years. It's since first grade for a lot of them.
They've been playing a long, long time, and been a big part of the program. And there'll be a lot of tears from some of those moms and dads. I can tell you that. I've been watching these kids since they were itty bitty in elementary, and then kind of seeing it come to a head the last few games here.
So, but before next Saturday, come out to Zeke Field tomorrow night, because the field hockey team in the Final Four for the KHSA State Tournament in field hockey, and they'll be playing. We're not even sure who they're playing, do we? I'm not sure who they're playing.
I will get on Twitter, because that's a great way to follow Centurion Athletics, and I will let you know here in just a second.
We do know they play at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We have no doubt about that whatsoever. Or at Cal tomorrow night in the semifinal for the state tournament. We do know boys football game will be at 7:30, but come early to cheer on those seniors.
Manual tomorrow night.
So Manual is who the field hockey team plays tomorrow night, and that is for a chance to get in the state finals in field hockey. But good night, Darren. A very good night.
Yeah, played really well and finished the game really hard, and come back this week and finish up the regular season and get ready for that playoffs. I was hoping we get a score here before we get out of here, but we will know later this evening within the next 30-40 minutes where we're going to play. Definitely have sealed up the third seed spot. Now it's just a matter of if we're going to DeSales and play the second seed, or we're going
to play
one
the second
place.
seed.
Yeah, we just don't know if we're going to DeSales or Mercer County.
So, but that'll come, and that's not for 2 weeks. But more importantly, game next week, come to Cal. Cheer on the Centurions in our final game. If you can't make it for some reason, we'll be right here in Live Sportscaster bringing you the action. Big thanks to Clay Masters on video tonight, and he was the one who was keeping us up to date on the DeSales Mercer County score. We appreciate all he does for us, and big thanks to Brad Guerin on stats tonight.
Did a great job.
Darren, thank you again
Thank
tonight.
you. Enjoyed it.
And biggest thanks to you fans who joined us tonight. For Darren Long, this is Mike Batella saying good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday.